Hello guys and dolls, I'm just going to do a little bit of an update video to talk about a few things that I'm excited about and let you guys know a few things that are going on with me. At the very end of 2013, in fact, I got the notification for it on the 1st of January 2014. I found out that I'd won the community vote for the 4th annual Tarosophists Awards, which are given out by the Tarot Association. And this was a big deal for me. Like, I had no idea I was even in the running for an award. I had no idea that I was even on their radar. So to be winning an award completely out of the blue on the first day of 2014 was really exciting for me, and it made me feel really motivated and really fresh and kind of full of a fresh desire to teach new tarot content and teach more lessons that I've learned over the past year. And it just got me really enthusiastic, and I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who voted for me, because it was, as a community award, it was an award that was voted for by the tarot professionals and also by the public. So since I had no idea that anyone was voting for me or that I was in the running for anything, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you very much to everybody who did vote for me. And also thank you to everybody who followed the trainee tarot course, because I suspect that might be at least part of the reason that I got the award. Thank you very much to the Tarot Trainee alumni. Thanks for sticking with me, and thanks for recommending it to your friends and for letting me know in private messages and emails that it's been useful for you, and that it's been a great resource for you to use and that you've learned a lot from it. I really appreciate that, because as I said at the beginning of the course, it was never something that I was really planning on putting together, but it was something that people wanted, and I decided to pay heed to that, and I'm really glad that I did, because it was actually very enriching for me, and I learned a lot about my fellow tarot students and tarot enthusiasts whilst doing it, and I met a lot of people, and I got to network more, and it got me to think for the first time ever about how I would actually put together a system of training for something that I really love and something that I'm really into. So that was really interesting. That was an interesting part of the process, to actually have to sit down and think, how are you going to do this? How is it going to go over best? How are you going to best be able to capture everyone's attention and get everybody understanding things in a way that's accessible and in a way that isn't going to make them feel bogged down or overwhelmed? So that was something that I really had to think about, and I'm really glad that I actually put myself through that challenge. So thanks very much, guys, and thanks for watching my videos, talking with me about tarot, because I absolutely love it. If you're on my Facebook page and you're involved in the one card, one word posts, thank you so much. That has been really eye-opening and really illuminating for me, so I've really loved that. So winning the award has really given me a nice perspective and a nice way to start 2014. And also Nora Husker, the creator of Gypsy Palace Tarot, I noticed that she won the 2013 Tarosophists Award for the best self-published deck, which is fantastic, because Gypsy Palace Tarot is just wonderful. And I've spoken with a lot of people since I actually filmed my opinions on the majors and kind of went into my interpretations of the majors. I've spoken to loads of people who feel similarly inspired by the artwork and stuff. So well deserved, Nora. Very, very well deserved. What else did I want to say? Okay, so moving on from winning the award, I'm going to keep my shop open. There will be some other things coming into play over the course of 2014, particularly with regard to an ebook that I'm working on, which is going to be a resource for tarot readers who like to come at tarot from a self-development perspective, from a perspective that encourages spiritual evolution, etc. And it's really going to be quite a long resource, in fact, which is going to help tarot readers to give the most nourishing and beneficial readings that they possibly can for their clients. And there's going to be a lot in there about self-care, and I've basically formulated an idea of what I want the contents to look like, and I'm really getting into now the nitty-gritty of deciding what's going to be in each chapter and what it's important to keep in and what might not necessarily be so important to go in. So it's something that I'm coming to from quite a creative angle, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take me, but it is something that I feel really excited about and really gung-ho for. Last year I began writing my first ebook, and it was really a collection of spiritual counselling advice, life advice, etc. And what happened was, over the space of about 4 or 5 months, is that I realised that it was actually an intrinsically personal document, that it was actually working out to be more cathartic than I'd imagined it to be, and that really it worked better as kind of a long diary entry of sorts. So that surprised me, because I really believed that it was going to be written for an audience, and that's how I really started out with it. But it turned out that it was very cathartic and very kind of therapeutic for me, and from a personal perspective, when I'd hit the 10,000 word mark, I realised that it was something that I needed to write for me. and that it wasn't necessarily something that needed to be seen. So I'm excited about the fact that I wrote those 10,000 words, because now I really feel like I have a strong basis on which to start this new project, and this new project is going to certainly be written for tarot readers who come at tarot from a similar standpoint to me, and who would like a resource which is quite well rounded and which has a lot of advice in it to help people improve their reading techniques, and to help people ensure that they are always kind of going through tarot as a process of knowing themselves, as well as of knowing the clients, etc. So I'll explain more about that as I go along, but it is a really creative process and I'm really excited about it. I haven't put a timeline on it. I haven't put myself under any pressure, because I really feel like this is something that I want to do from heart level, and I feel like divine timing has a lot to do with doing things from heart level, in a sense, for me anyway. So that's something that I'm going to be talking about. I've also started a new Facebook page. It's called Heart-Centered Small Business Owners, and I'm going to link it below. This is a separate page to the Four Queens, and it's something that I'm running for people who have a metaphysical business, a business which is based on spiritual values, a crafty business which maybe has something to do with magic or has something to do with spirituality, that kind of vibe. And anybody who is coming into business, who runs an online business, who's trying to expand their business and would like a place to engage and chat with other people, talk about their concerns, celebrate their triumphs and their milestones, that kind of thing, you can go onto this Facebook page. And what I would like is for enough people to be on it to create some kind of dialogue and to have conversations that are interactive. So we can feel like, as a community of heart-centered small business owners, we have a place we can go to discuss what's working, what's not working, marketing, branding, how we feel about certain aspects of the business, how we're planning on expanding, how we've actually come to expand, sharing information, sharing advice, that kind of stuff. I thought this would be a really good idea, and I thought it would be kind of like a nice safe haven for people who own businesses to chat about stuff that's business related without kind of going kind of hijacking a thread to talk about it, or feeling like it's not quite relevant in this context, or feeling like, should I really be talking about this here? The Facebook page Heart-Centered Small Business Owners is exactly for talking about heart-centered small business. So really what we're looking to do is create a community of people who have a small business that they run from the heart. They have their whole heart and both feet in, and they would like a place to go to shoot the shit, as they say. So if that's you, please click below and go over onto the page. It's still a baby at the moment. I only made it a few days ago. I think I made it on Saturday. So it's still a baby. But yeah, please do go and take a look at it and introduce yourself, introduce your business. If you don't have a business yet and it's something that you've been looking into, then, you know, the page is just as much for you. Please do go and take a look. And over time, you know, you'll see lots of advice coming around from people whose businesses are going strong or have gotten stronger or are kind of moving on to that next plateau. So I think that it's going to be a really good page, and I feel really passionate about it and good about it. I've also been invited to join the Circle of Friends pagan newsletter by Cricket Song. Cricket Song runs it with Lunar Wisdom, and there are a bunch of collaborators and people that contribute. And I was invited to join and write a few articles about chaos magic. And this I kind of thought would be a really good halfway house, because I know I've said in a past video that I'm not planning on teaching chaos magic, and I'm certainly not planning on instructing anybody on how to get started on it or anything like that, because I feel that it's a very personal journey, and I don't feel that it's something that in essence can necessarily be taught. But I do think that it's something that I can write about from, I hate to say a scholarly perspective, but a perspective whereby I'm giving information that's kind of not instructive, but it's actually just helping people to understand what the different core aspects of chaos magic is, how it differs from other systems of magic, etc. And I would like to do that, so I thought that's actually something going forward that I would quite like to do. So I've agreed to be part of that newsletter, and that's really exciting for me. I can't wait to get started with that. So I'll let you guys know when I have submitted an article, and I'll probably be asked to submit an article for every issue. I've been on the Circle of Friends newsletter mailing list for a while now, and I've checked out the Circle of Friends e-zine, I guess you call it, newsletter, and it's just awesome. So I'm really happy to be a part of it. It's really good. There's lots of valuable information in there. There's also great readings in there, like there's a rune reading and a tarot reading and an oracle card reading. So I think a lot of people like it for that as well. But yeah, I'm going to be bringing a chaos magic perspective to the proceedings. So if that's something that you would like to see, and if that's something you'd be interested in reading from me, I will link below to show you how you can get onto the Circle of Friends newsletter mailing list. What else did I want to say? I'm not entirely sure. I wrote some things down in case I forgot anything. Oh yeah, I just wanted to say briefly, a couple of people have asked me if when I've completed the ebook, I would consider publishing it in print. And this is something that I actually really like the idea of, because I like to own things in print. And often when I buy an ebook or an e-guide or something like that, I like to print it out and actually have a physical copy. Printing a book, or kind of self-publishing, or going to a place online, like I think it's called Lula or lulu.com, where you can actually just organise how you want the pages to be set up, and you kind of go through it and authorise it all before you print it out, and then you can just have one for your own reference, or you can print one off as one is ordered rather than having a stack of them, which then becomes a backlog if there's not enough interest, I suppose. These are things that I've not really looked into a great deal. I have had a book printed before as a birthday present for an ex-boyfriend. I collated some photographs and some bits and pieces together and had it printed out for him, but I've not thought about doing it in terms of like actually supplying it to people that would want it. So it's something that I will have to look into, but thank you to the people who've requested that, whether or not that might be something I'd think about, because it definitely would be something I'd think about, and it's actually quite an exciting angle, I think. So I'm really looking forward to doing that, and I'm really looking forward to doing more tea and tarot videos. I'd like to teach a few more kind of intermediate tarot lessons too, and talk more about spread interpretation and things like pace and intonation and confidence, because I know that's something that people, when they're starting out and when they're kind of reaching a new plateau, like a fresh level of understanding, they kind of come back to and feel that they need to reassess. And I really enjoy kind of just passing on my knowledge and getting knowledge from others, and just really being that perpetual student that I'm always insisting that I am. I think we've got a great little community going here, great little community going on Facebook, and I really enjoy finally networking and collaborating and talking openly with loads of other people who are interested in my particular little passion. So I'm really excited for that, and I think I'm also going to be doing a interview with Joanna DeVoe on her amazing Blog Talk Radio. And I think I'm going to be talking about chaos magic specifically there too. So that's another way in which maybe if you're interested in chaos magic, if you're curious, if you wish to know more, or if you at least wish to know more with my particular flavour attached to it, then you might want to check that out. So I'll be giving you more details and news of when that's going on. You'll probably be able to find that via my Facebook page though. So if you're not on the Four Queens Facebook page, go over there and I will let you know as and when we cement a date and discuss going forward with talking about chaos magic on the radio, so that'll be really cool. I hope you guys are all having a beautiful 2014 so far. I hope you've got some amazing plans for Imbolc. I know I certainly have. I am so psyched for Imbolc this year, even more than I was last year, and I did not think that would be possible, but yeah, even more than I was last year. So yeah, if you've got any good plans, got any good rituals being planned out, you're excited, you're doing something, let me know. I'd love to know. And I'm going to be probably like nattering on about Imbolc over on my Facebook page. So also, I've not blogged in a while. It's just one of those things that's had to go on the back burner, but I will be blogging again soon. I've got some really cemented, kind of solid ideas about articles I want to write specifically for people who read tarot. And that's come off the back of watching a few of the episodes of Spread It Witches with Laura Rain and all the wonderful tarot readers on there. I had to decline to be a part of that for the time being because I have too much stuff going on, but I watch them diligently and I absolutely love them. And they've brought up some really great themes and some really great areas for consideration, and it's made me think, well, I've never blogged about that before, so this is going to be something that I'm going to go on to do fairly soon. So keep an eye on the blog and you'll see some new tarot content if that's something you're interested in seeing. Okay, that's all for now because I have to get ready to read someone's cards. Much love, blessed be.